Yeah, hello out there. We're gonna talk about Ghost. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday. Okay, here's a story I'm gonna tell you guys. The story about it's kind of like The Exorcist, but not like the girl being possessed by the devil. Nothing like that. Something that could have happened at the beginning of the movie, but it wasn't filmed. It never happened. It but this actually did happen back in the um, late 40s or early 50s when they were building this certain road that I'm going to show you now. Let me see here. No, over here. Yes, I hope everybody's having a great day today. We're having we're not having any rain here, it's just sunny weather. But I'm not going to put the link right now. I'm going to go and get it. I'm going to put it on later on. Okay. Hope we have any. Yeah. Well. Okay. Hmm. Hello out there. How are you? Well, see you now. Okay, here we go. We're good. Hey, hello, Maverick. How are you? Thanks for showing up. Yeah, well, I'm trying to find this photo that I want to upload. There we go. I think yeah, okay. I'll use it from the Google Slides. Okay. Let's see if I can. Let's see. Let's see if I can. Okay, here we go. I want to show you one in particular uh, slide here. I mean, okay. Okay, as you can see here, right over here, when they were building this road. Okay, let's look at more. Mm-hmm. As you can see right here where my arrow is, when they were building this road back in the 1940s, the workers, were, you had the your heavy equipment operators, your regular laborers, working there, with their shovels and sticks and whatever they use, when they make the road. But there was one problem these guys had to face every day. The problem and challenge was that they always had trouble getting water, because there was getting water over to the workers. Hey, what's up, Joe Cool? How are you, man? Nice to see you, dude. Hey, what's up, Pork Dirt Farmer? So there was a big trouble for them to get water when they were building this road right here. Here's another picture. Let me see. I gotta go here. So this road right here, back in the 30s, it was all dirt road, and there were many accidents. And it's considered to be one of the most dangerous roads in the world. Several movies are filmed there, like the James Bond classic, License to Kill, and I think Top Gear was over there, and some Daredevils guys go there to do their stunts there. I don't know what the hell. Well, this stretch of road connects the cities of Tijuana, Mexicali, and Tecate, and it's not too far from the U.S. border. But when they were building this road back in the 40s and late 50s and early 50s, as you know, as I told you a little before, you had heavy equipment operators. Oh yeah, that's right, Joe. That show, Top Gear. That's the one they were there. They visited this road. They call it Rumorosa in Mexico. It's a 2-lane road. Goes there, and it's tricky because it has a lot of curves, and it's about a 20-mile. I think it stretches about 20 miles or something, if I'm not mistaken. No, no, no. I have to say about I think about 10 or 15-mile stretches this of roads and just. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. There's been several. Yeah, I seen several guys who go there on motorcycles and they go fast. That, but you really got to be an expert, a super expert to drive a motorcycle at that speed because they got some treacherous curves in that road. Yeah. Well, this is what happened back then. They say there was yeah, they say there was when they were built into this road back in the late 40s and early 50s. It was the guys who were working here had one big trouble working there. The problem is getting enough water for everybody because it was hot and long hours without water like that. And there was one heavy equipment operator. One day got so he got they say he got so dehydrated because of lack of water, and he just went crazy, crazy. They say that's a story. He just went crazy just because he didn't have any water. So legend has it. Let me show you guys. Oh, come on. Legend has it. Let me show you guys something here. Well, here's something I can show you guys here. You see, some trucks have. You see, some of these trucks, some of these old big three semis have landed down there, and they never come back up. They just stay there because there's no way to bring them up. Yeah, this is a lot. This is a stretch. Mostly look. It looks mostly like this. Yeah, that's true. There's some people who have gone down there and try to get like some looters or something they found there. Yeah, yeah. I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't doubt that. It could be true. Yeah. And during the snow and during the winter times, okay, yeah. You see that? But during the winter time, it gets really treacherous. Also, they even close the stretch when it's winter. and also has its as you see here, and also the this the road has its spooky legends. You know, they say there was this truck driver on his way to Mexicali one day. This was back in the 70s or something, and he was so excited. Oh, exactly. No snow in Florida. It's true. True. There was this guy back in the 70s. He was a truck driver, and he was so excited because his wife was going to give birth, and he just went fast. And back in those days, the roads were much tougher because then they only have two lanes, one to go up and one to go down, and you had to be back in those days extremely careful to drive there back then. But now if you want to go down, you just go down. They have a two-lane road that goes just down one way, and then have another road 2 lane that's the other way. It's the other way. The two of them are one way. So back then they just had one single road that was two ways back then. So this guy was on his was driving, and as he reached this certain curve, his his uh his his truck trailer got um went up the road on the curve, and luckily it didn't go down. Ship it down. It was on a it was sort of like on a little mountain top or something. That's where it happened. So he got up his truck, and he decided to go get help. So he walks and walks and walks and walks and walks, and as he walks back, he notices that he's back again at the center of the truck. What? He says, and there was no cars coming. So legend has it that the truck driver vanished. Nobody knew what happened to him. He just vanished from the face of the earth. He died or something. Years later, a young man, truck driver, saw this guy who was flagging him down and asked him, "Hey, hey, yeah, can you do me a big favor?" "Yeah, sure, man. Well, no problem. You know, my truck over there, uh, it's uh, it's uh, it's on the side of the road, and I can't, turn it on. It just, I got into an accident, and I got to wait for the tow truck and everything to come and get it and everything, and you know how it is. Yeah, yeah, sure, sure." The guy said, "Yeah, well, I want you to go to my, I want you to, I'm going to give you some money. I know you're a truck girl. I trust you, just like me. I want to give you this money. And here's the address. And you give this money to this lady, and that lady's my wife." "Sure, no problem. I'll go Mexicali and I'll give it to you." So the truck driver the next day goes to that certain address, knocks on the door, and some old lady from down the street comes. "Hey, nobody lives in that house no more." "Yeah, but isn't this so and so on?" And this lady, "Yes, yes, she lived there, but that was about a year or 2 years ago, after her husband got killed on the road. He was a truck driver." "Oh, okay, but do you know for where she lives now?" "Yeah, I'll tell you where. I'll tell you where." And so the lady was very kind enough to tell her that the wife lived somewhere, had already moved, and she was living on another street now. So the young man goes to the lady's house, knocks on the door, and he says, "I'm sorry to bother you. I know it's a little late, ma'am, but I was coming last night. I was coming here, and this gentleman who said that he was your husband told me to give you this envelope with money." No, you must be mistaken, son. My husband, my husband's died a couple of years ago. No, man, no. He said he said to give it to you, and that's your name. There is that your name? Yes, that's me. That's my name. But you didn't see my husband. I don't know who saw. I don't know who you saw, and I don't know who told you this. But you didn't see my husband. You didn't see my husband. Okay, okay. But anyway, I'm going to leave you this here, the money, and have a good night, ma'am. Sorry to bother you. The next day, he tells the story to other truck drivers, and the other truck drivers what also told him that they had also encountered that ghost of that truck driver who had gotten killed on that same road. Said what? Yeah, yeah, that road is kind of spooky, but spooky and everything. So now we go to this part of the road, this road here, and I've gone through here many times. Many times I've gone through this road, but this is what I heard what happened. This is what I heard what happened back in the. I think it happened in the 80s or 70s, but this is from a friend of mine who told me this story. Well, he said that his brother that um, his I don't know if it was his friends or relatives, but he said he knew this guy was his there were two couples on a truck, and you know those old Ford uh 150 or 250 trucks. You can have on the front seat, you can have four people. Okay. He said this guy was driving. He was with his wife and his friend with his wife. They were driving on this stretch right here. One of these stretch one night, and they saw an elderly lady walking on the side of the road. This was late at night, and he said, "What the?" One of them said, look, who's that? You see that? Is that some old lady walking?" Yeah, yeah. I don't know what. I'm so late. I don't know what she's doing here. So they stop and they told her, "Hey, give you a ride or can we help you with something?" The lady says, "No, no, I'm just taking a walk." Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah, but come on, we'll take you where you want to go. Okay, sure, get on. So the lady got on the car, and the lady told him, take me up the road here, about a couple of miles from there. That's where my car got stolen, and that's where my husband is there. Oh, sure, no problem. And when they got there, sure, there was a car that was stalled, but the car was old. It dated back from the 1950s. Old car, and the car was smashed, like it crashed or like it something had happened. I don't know. It was, and they asked the lady, "Are you sure you want to stay here? I mean, there's no one here." Yes, I do. Yes, my husband's right in the car. Look, come on. Okay, okay, we'll leave you here. So the next day, they told the story, and they heard from people that that lady had died in a car accident with her husband in that same road some 25 years ago before. They were driving. I think they were like, I don't know where they were going, but they were driving that road, and they had died. Yeah, spooky road. Spooky road. Okay, let me. Hey, what up, Tupac? How are you, dude? So now this is the one. Now let's go back to the story of the equipment operator. Well, I want to start it all over again. Legend has it that the equipment operator, was working too hard one day, and there was no water there. I mean, the workers, were were always thirsty because there was no water there. It was hard for them to get water because there was no wells of water, nothing like that. No spring waters, no nothing. So there was this equipment operator who got so dehydrated that he just started acting weird, weird, and he started just walking, and he went to this site right here, which is like this here. What you see is red painting that goes back to more hundreds of years. They say that there was painted by the Indians who lived there. Who lived there some more than, I don't know how many, more than 500, more than 200 or 500 years ago, but a long time it was. And according to the Indians, this was a demon, a devil to them. And this is where the guy where the guy went when he started acting weird, went to this painting. And you see these people here are onlookers. They were checking out the old archaeological stuff there. It's considered to be. Yeah. But you know what the good thing about this region? A friend of mine who passed away a couple of years ago, back in 2016, told me a story about that region. He said he knew this guy who had a gold mine there. And that's weird. I never heard any gold being uh, being there, or somebody going up for gold. Like I see places where you hear like places here in California, Texas, uh, the Midwest, where people go and go, go find gold. See that show on Discovery Channel. I think it's on Discovery. I don't know, where people go over there. I think it's in Australia. Go for gold. But that place, um, Yeah, they say it's prehistoric. Some say it may go back to the days of the cavemen or something. That drawing. This is right here. They call it the Rock House. There's been legends about this house. They say that the old territorial governor. They say that the old territorial governor used to use that house, to torture prisoners back in, I think it was in the 30s or something back then. Yeah, right here you see this is they call that the mushroom. They call it ongo. They call it. It's a village here. About 2,000 people live here. Not only that, there's a prison there, located there. A prison, like a state prison, around there. And as you drive here, most to the east, that's where you will encounter this road. Man, it's been there many times. Yeah, right here. This is an army checkpoint. Oh man, been to this checkpoint a couple of times, many times I would say, but a couple of times was in the middle of the summer. Damn. I mean, you're driving around and the fucking soldiers and make you get out of your car, and it's just like 110 degrees outside. Man, you feel like your pants are on fire, man. Fuck, pants are on fire, man. It is. Hey, Dory, what's up? So right here, here's another story I can tell you what happened here. This happened back in '96. A platoon of soldiers were assigned to go on a survival uh, uh, expedition. Here. Oh, that's good, Dory. Mhm. So the soldiers on this desert were were young men, and they're mostly between 20 and 30s, and one of them was the sergeant and a couple of soldiers. So their assignment was to spend a couple of days there doing survival work, seeing what to do if you were stuck on the desert. So, for some mysterious reason, the survival expedition went wrong. They were out of water, food, and the road was about 30 miles. Yeah, and when you're dehydrated and you don't have water, you're not in physical condition to walk 30 miles. Yeah, you're not you're not in physical condition to walk 30 miles. So the guys did what they can, you know, drinking their own urine, to cool off or something like that. Some guys just went berserk. Others were crying for their mom. They were like children again because of they were so desperate, because there was no, I mean, there was no water, no food, nothing. I mean, even though they were there to how to survive, even though they were taught how to survive, but man, it was, I mean, it was a horrible experience these guys went through. He said one guy said to him to another, "Give this to my mom. This note if I don't make it." And the sergeant says, "Don't say that, dude. You're gonna make it." "No, man. Give it to my mom, man. If I don't make it." One guy was worried about his children. I mean, it was a really, like I said, horrible too. They spent there days and days. Several of them died, and one of them luckily survived. And the guy who survived he's the one that told the story about them. You know, 30 miles they were away from the nearest road. Uh, I mean, getting stuck in the desert. I mean, we're talking 120-degree weather, no water. Can you believe? Can you imagine going through that? God, you have no water, none of that stuff. I tell you, it's a horrible experience. Mhm. Well, now I'm gonna um, I'm gonna go to another place. Hmm. Here we go, another place. Yeah, you see this? Okay, let me go. Let me show you this picture here. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, here we go. This better. Right here, I think it was on the second or third floor. Back in 1951, there was a big party that took place here. It was the kind of party that everybody in town wanted to go to because there was going to be local celebrities. Uh, uh, I don't know, people like that. They wanted to go there. And down here, there used to be a movie house here. This building here, here. This used to be a movie house where it says Lumar. This thing. So according to legend, this happened like about around the 23rd or 22nd of December 1951. A fire broke out here so bad, it spread so fast that many people were burned to death here. It was so horrible. They even had to call in the uh, uh, the U.S. Navy from nearby San Diego to come in and treat people. They called Navy medics who were, who have gotten used to watching all this stuff because they were, as you know, in 1951, that was the height of the Korean War, you know, back then. And there were, so they called in not the FBI, but they called in the Navy. Yes, the fire was a tragedy. There were many people that died, but very few people know the story how the fire started. Some say there were some drunks that got into a fight, and one of them dropped a candle, something that you hit something and dropped the candle. Some people say that's some electrical. Uh, there was some electrical wiring that wasn't put right or something. It wasn't installed right or something. Or some say it was a fire in the kitchen that nobody didn't notice. Mhm. The big mystery. So now let's go 2 blocks away from there to the same street here. So this is the city, Dory, if you're there, this is the city of Tijuana, Mexico, my hometown, the city where I was born. I'm going to show you something here. This used to be a movie theater, but now it's a local playhouse. Up here, there used to be this big neon sign here, and right over here, the movie playing was there, and it showed both Mexican and American movies. A friend of mine told me, an elderly man told me a story that when he was about 11 or 12 back in the early 50s, he went to go see the thing from another world. In this, the first thing, there's the 1951 thing, the 1982 John Carpenter the thing, and I think the 2011 thing, the thing too. They say that the Carpenter film is it's one of the best of them, of the three of them. He told me a story that he went to go see it, and when he had to go home, he had to go home. He had to walk this way. Let's put it this way. He had to walk this way to the street, go home. This was back in the early 50s, and he had to turn here. Here. And first, I want to show you guys something. This house Some people claim it's haunted. I'll get back to you. We'll talk that in another stream about that house. So you got to walk through here and then turn here. And this was like at night, I think. You went to go see a late showing. I used to walk from here to this, into these houses. As you see the stairs here, this green steps. He said that he walked here, and when he reached here, he said he ran like hell, thinking that the big monster from the Thing was gonna get him. You know, the movie The Thing. By the way, the monster was played by James Arness, who was in the series Gunsmoke, if you don't remember. Marshall Dillon. Yeah, he played her. Now let's go. Now let's go to the park. This park's been there forever now. This park right here. When I was a really young, when I was a little boy, I used to go to this park. Right here. And this is Saint Francis of Assisi Catholic Church here. Yeah, I want to show you something interesting that you guys are gonna like. This hill over here. We're gonna go to this hill. We're not gonna go up the hill, but I just want to show you this hill. This hill, the hill you're looking at here, it's named after a man named Javier Batis, who was a Mexican rocker. He he showed a young man how to play the guitar. And you know who was that? Who was that young man? You know who he was? None other than Carlos Santana. Yeah, Carlos Santana used to live here. Used to live in that area. Oh, look at that. Oh, a bakery. Oh, I love going to those bakeries. A lot of them are closed. Damn it. Oh. So we're going to go further now. Hey, what's up, Chris? I'm doing fine. Glad you're here. Yeah, I'm showing now pictures streets where places where I used to live back when I was in Mexico. Yeah, this theater right here. This used to be a movie theater back in the day. It show they show American films and Mexican films also. There, this is neon lights. This place had a bathroom that was uh this place had a bathroom that was underground. You know, back in the day, a lot of buildings, I don't know why, but they built their bathrooms underground. You know, if you live like places like in New York and places, old buildings, you can they still have them in some places. I don't know if you've ever seen a movie called Dinner Rush. It was sort of like a mob movie in a way, but Dana Yellow in this restaurant. It's called Dinner Rush. And in that movie, it shows a bath. The bathroom was underground. That movie, yeah. And this theater had its bathroom underground there. Yeah. Show you more places. So this is the town where a lot of people, many people are afraid to go to. But I tell you, this it's not as bad as they say. I mean, this is when I'm showing you guys here. This is all my childhood. And here's one story that's for maybe it's for God's book. I'm going to tell you. It happened to my brother on this street. Well, my brother told me a story. He took a shortcut on this street. How about that, man? Mm-hmm. Oh, nothing much, story. But I'll show it to you in a little bit. Uh, uh, Christopher, check this out. My brother took a shortcut walking to this street, and he said somewhere around here, right over here. This was back in '74 or '75. He was coming from down the street here, and he noticed there were about several guys, you know, like in their teens, and there was like a big fight. And my brother got caught in the middle of it. And when the cops came, the cops arrested my brother, and my dad had to go get him around like 6 or 7 o'clock at night because it happened like around 2 o'clock something. My dad had to go get him, but my brother wasn't even supposed to take that shortcut because a bus to go home was on the other street. I don't know why he took the shortcut on that street, but he did. And there was a big fight. Some guys were finally got sent to. He was caught in the middle, and then he noticed that the police cars came in, and they took him in. Yeah. Well, let's go now back. Let's go now more here. Yeah, this is 4th Street. Right here, there used to be a bank here. A bank. Yeah. And here's bank used to be here. Yeah, right here. There used to be. That's my first place I ever had a bank account in that bank. Hmm. And let me show you another story. A little bit of history. Show you guys. Right here. This is where the Caesar salad was invented. Right here. You see the picture? This is the guy that invented it. Yeah, the name. Let me check out his name. What was his name? Okay. It was invented by a, let's see, what was this guy's name? Yeah, it was invented. His name was what was his name? God. Yeah, his name was Cesar Cardini, 1924. Yeah, yeah, 1924. Here's a picture here. Cesar Cardini, 1924. See if I can. Let me see if I can. Yeah, Cesar Cardini. That was the guy's name. That's where the Caesar salad was born, right there. Oh, and I'm going to show you another thing about Tijuana. This street you see here, back in the day, I'm talking like in the early 80s and 90s, part of the 90s, around like 7 o'clock at night during the weekends or on holidays. This place was at night. It was packed full of college and high school kids trying to party in here. It was like kind of like Fort Lauderdale during spring break here. Those those days weekends. Now this is a casino here. Uh, let me show you guys more. Yeah, here I'm going to show you something here. I want to show you for years. Hmm. Okay, the building here. This is a school. But we don't want to see the school. Right here, this is Fifth Street. Right over here, back in the day, talking 1973 or 4, I used to spend a lot of time here. Okay, let me show you this. You see this? Here's a truck here. You see that truck back in those days? Trucks used to come in at night. Well, not at night, but a lot of them had. They used to come to here to this. To this. Let's see. Was to this place that's it was like it was an agriculture. It was like a produce distribution center back then. Some of them even had drugs back then. I remember I was a kid, but I didn't know what drugs were back then. But now they don't do that. Now it's mostly florists, dominate this area. And over here, right here, some of these houses, my godmother Maricela used to live here. And right over here, let me show you something else here. Yeah, a lot of times I spent here when I was a kid. Oh, here it goes. Right inside here, my dad used to have a wholesale distribution shop here back then of produce. This used to be a restaurant here. Best food ever tasted. Left the guy there. Yeah, used to be right here. A bar here. My dad used to go to that bar. Yeah. Now we're going to this is 6th Street. There used to be a nice place, but now they pull it up bars and oh, thank God. Thank God they closed those bars there, man. These used to be a nice neighborhood. Hmm. Hmm. This used to be a movie theater back in the day, a big movie theater. They had movies like The Godfather, Exorcist used to premiere here back then, but it's no longer there. This is another movie theater that used to be there. You know, there's in one of his podcasts, Sammy the Bull Gravano talks about that he went to Tijuana one day and he ended up in jail. Well, here's a jail where it used to be, where he got what? Come on. Oh, at least they oh what? This park right here used to be a police station. And the city jail was right here. For years it was right there. For years. You know, if Sammy would have known who my father was back, yeah, that used to be the jail. But the jail they tore it down back I think in 2013 they tore it down, and they moved it to another part of the city. It was called La Ocho, the H Street. It was called because this is H Street. There used to be the police station, and the jail was around here. And right over here used to be a fire station, and also the offices of the city of the sanitation was there. And right here, hmm, what? Oh God, I gotta check that out when I could. Oh, I got ice cream on Dovas. Oh, yeah, they used to be called a basket store. By now, I think it's a boxing gym. Oh my God. Let's see. Where is the? Okay, where was that? Okay, let's go over here. Oh, okay. This is the best bakery. This is the best bakery right here. Oh, right there. Oh, I gotta check that out next time I go down there. La Mejor. This is a place they used to call. Let me guys show you something. It's over here somewhere. Okay, right here where you see these cars parked, they used to call there was these little swap meets. I don't know what they were. You guys might want to call them flea market. I don't know what they were, but It was small, and you could buy like stuff from like tools, like wrenches, like saws, electronic stuff, like old speakers stuff. So, and mostly was all of it was used. They used to sell there. And now we're going home. This is my home. Yeah, this is my neighborhood. People they talk they were from Brooklyn, from the Bronx. Well, this is my Bronx. Back in the day, this neighborhood was one really tough neighborhood. You couldn't even walk at night here or certain places if you were a kid because you were afraid that somebody would from this part of town would jump you. If you were coming from that other way, you couldn't even do that back then. And here, a gang they used to call there was a gang here that ran the streets. They were called the Psychos. Yeah, they were called the Psychos. Called the Psychos here. Yeah. Used to be a little laundromat. It used to be a little popping mom and pop store like a lot of them. This is the store of yeah. Yeah, this is my neighborhood. A lot of tough guys came from this neighborhood. Tough guys. Some of the worst guys and some of the toughest guys came from here. Oh, thank God I'm here. I got a picture of myself that I'm standing around here, but the photo is of 1976. Got it somewhere. I'm gonna share with you guys if I can find it somewhere. Now we're in my home. We're heading home. This is a church, Saint Mary. This is Saint Mary Catholic Church. I was baptized here in this church right here. Back then, this was all dirt road. Yeah, this was a real tough place to live. And last but not least, this right here. This is where I was born. The house. This is the house where I was born. Man, this used to be an old mom and pop store, not anymore. Some of the toughest guys in the neighborhood used to hang out here. Right over here back in the day. Let me show you guys another thing, interesting fact about this. We used to go up this hill sometimes and stand right above here. You know why? We wanted we wanted to find out if the circus had come to town. Because back then you didn't have all these fancy buildings and stuff there. We would just stand over here. And the circus had just come to town. Yeah. 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 Up here, sometimes we used to go to this tortilla shop that used to be here. But it's no longer there. It used to be in one of these houses. No longer there. Yeah, a lot of gangs ran these streets back then. Tough guys. This is one place you didn't want to walk at night. This neighborhood was once ran by a crew called the Mafia Gang. They were called Barrio Mafia. They were called. Yeah. all this neighborhood. And over here, there was another guy named Raymond. There was another guy who lived here. He was one tough guy. He was one of the toughest guys in the neighborhood. And you know what was his name? I'm just going to say his last name. But I'm not going to mention his first name because the cousin that knows me very well, and I don't want to, but I'm just going to mention his last name. And guess. You guys are going to guess who the last name is. Remember in Carlito's Way at the last part when he's about to leave, when he's about to board the train, and this guy appears with a gun, and what was his name? What was his name? Benny. Okay, I'll tell you. Benny Blanco from the Bronx, and that was the guy's also name. That's his name, Blanco. He was a spirit, much scary guy. And nobody dared to mess with him. He was one tough guy. And he was a good mug. Yeah. So that's one home I used to live. So before I came to the U.S., just before I came here, I used to live in this house over here. Let me tell you stories a top story the story from Gunsmoke you'll love to hear. Let's when we get to this block. Okay. Right here, one day we were walking by, and some kids started making fun of us. And I don't know why, but for some mysterious reason, they started throwing rocks at us. I don't know why. I still remember that damn kid. Okay, here's another story. Right here, a big fight broke out. Well, let me tell you where the fight broke out first. The fight broke out right here. This used to be a dance hall. They used to have parties, but not anymore. Took a walk there one time in 2011. The guy told me he didn't do that no more. And now, right here, these places over here, I used to live here, but it wasn't like that. I used to live right here, right in this place, right here. Right here, I used to live. Back in those days. You know, right here, you see here? See them big mountains? That's the U.S. here. There was nothing here. How is there nothing over here? Well, go back over here. This is a story you probably, if you heard about, heard something story from your neighborhood, but right here on this corner, I don't know what is that, a bag or something? I think it's like I don't know, but it goes on a car, I know that. Right here, my uncle was visiting us from the U.S. and he told us a story that some guy was getting the crack beaten up by a group of girls. They were hitting him with sticks, pop, you know, kind of like the Lizzies and the Warriors, you know, like that, right here. This was back in '77, as I recall. They were hitting him right here. Yeah, they were beating the guy up right here, the girls, yeah. Yeah, I think that's where they got the inspiration of the Lizzies. I bet. Yeah. From the Warriors. Yeah. Right here. A garage band used to practice here. Yeah. There used to be a hospital, but now it's a hospice care for older people. for people who are really sick and they don't have nothing. Over here. Mm. Well, like I said, these apartments, a sister of mine used to live there. Here's another church here. Here, I don't want to point houses here because I know people that live here in this area, in this neighborhood. I know people. I don't want to point exactly where. Yeah, this used to be called the Kilo store. The Kilo store back then. Now it's a Six store, which is like it's a national chain of convenience stores, small convenience stores. Oh, here, the guy that owned this place, a few weeks ago, years ago, I think about a year ago it was. I'm not sure, but it was not too long ago. Some guys drove around here, and some idiot threw a Molotov cocktail to one of these plate things here. The guy that owns this show, TV Ricci, knows I know him from way back in the day. Yeah, and I mean, the old, the old watchman that watches those people said that he saw somebody pull a Molotov cocktail and threw it there. Hey, Chris, check this out. You're gonna laugh what I'm about to tell you, man. You're gonna love this or laugh, but check this out. Okay, right here, over here, you see this? It's called Imperial Romano Pizzas. Here in this place, you can buy a hero sandwich or a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, just like you were in Brooklyn, right here. Yes. Yes, you know why? A lot of people live in the United States and they bring the recipes, the food they learn how to make and sell it here. Hmm. Yeah, this place right here. You want a Philly cheesesteak? They'll sell you Philly cheesesteak there. Yeah. Oh, this is called Ninth Street. He was quite a. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Pancho was a really. was really he was really a fucking getter. He was really. Hey, Dory, are you still there? I want to show you something you might find interesting. Well, a park. Well, I'm gonna stop the stream, but thanks anyway for all you guys coming. Thanks for coming. I might go live tonight. Okay.